we are prepared to interact with you today. Fitz?
Yes, surely we are prepared to interact with you. More than as I said, we'll interrupt whatever we are saying to take any calls because we know this is your program and we want to make sure it's very interactive. Rajiv here will assist us with the calls because we are new to this. I'm certainly new to this, and I hope we do justice to the program today. But in front of me, Mr. Weeks, I have on the desk the manifesto for the ULP, and I just thought it as a good jump off point for me to refer to page 4 of the manifesto, which speaks about our vision, that's the ULP's vision, transforming today, securing tomorrow. We know that the ULP has been in office for the last 24 plus years, and we know that everything that we have done so far came with a plan. And a plan started with the education revolution, and the plan continues to grow once we get our young people educated. The plan continues to grow over the years, where we are now transforming in terms of our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is run down, our airport, our port, and we are really moving our economy into a first world economy by building our young people, educating them, and building the infrastructure so that they can have a chance to develop on what the ULP has started. I know we are going in for the 6th term, as a term that I'm very confident that will be achieved. And I know it's like building a house. If you build the top floor and somebody else comes in and they want to change the roof, you may have to mash the whole house down to start again, and that's going to be not very progressive. So we are continue to keep the ULP in power so that it can continue to build the house and to finish to make sure it's a beautiful property that we all can live in it very comfortably. That's a metaphor for what we are doing in the economy. Mr. Weeks, you can come in if you at any time.
Yes, Fitz. It's important and interesting where you start with respect to the education of our population. I can tell you from personal experience how important it is to educate, and particularly to educate young people. It brings so much difference to that person, to that household, and to the community and the country as a whole. It is said by those who study it that each additional year an individual spent in formal education makes a significant difference to the life outcome of that individual. And when you have a situation where the ULP government added years, at least 5 years at the start, to each individual education in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that's super progress you're talking about. That's transformation. That is revolutionary. And we are seeing it. We are seeing the effect on society already. We are seeing pursuits from all the communities across St. Vincent who are making a bigger contribution to the development of the country, development of themselves and the family. There's no doubt about that. You're seeing trained, educated persons across the country. And that is a start. That is where building the society, growing, developing the society starts. Because you now have persons who are more confident in themselves, persons who communicate better in most cases, persons who can reason better in most cases. And building on that, as you said, Fitz, the improvement of infrastructure, the improvement of social services, you can't leave that out, because many of these persons who the NDP has sought to educate, the ULP has sought to educate over the last 25 years, without the social services that are provided by the state, many persons would not have been able to access the the education opportunity. And therefore, you can see the systematic building of our society by building individuals first, and then building the infrastructure and support services around that. And we have to give the government an opportunity to continue this.
Yeah. We as you say, we have to see building a nation is no different to building a home, a house. First, you start with a concept, and the ULP is it's a philosophy, a concept, a philosophy. The ULP philosophy is one that they're a people-centered party, and they're a social democratic unit, and a lot of these social services you're talking about that help weeks to alleviate poverty, make sure people are better off. People are educated and they can own a home, they can get 100% mortgage, etc., etc. Those are things that help to develop the human person. When we talk about the Human Development Index, which we are using as a measure to aim towards going to a first world economy, those are the things, healthcare, those are the things that help to develop the person. So we have to look at governance as building a home, a house. So you started a plan, and from day one, the ULP laid out its plan. And every election cycle, they come to the public with a plan of what they intend to achieve in that 5-year cycle. And I think we could easily conclude that for the first 5 election cycle, I could put my neck on the block that the ULP has passed with flying colors. That's why they were re-elected. And this manifesto that I have here in front of me, and I'll read some things from it that we're planning to do. That this manifesto that they're offering to the people as a contract with the people would definitely put them in a good position to be re-elected for the 6th term, in an excellent position, because this manifesto is 106 pages, well thought out. The plan is clear. They tell you exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to achieve it. So you know you can put your pot on the fire. If the ULP tells you that we're going to have every student, they plan to have every student reach university, you know for sure that the ULP has done a lot in educating a lot of students to university level. And people might think, okay, why university? Why not tech VOC? But there's also a plan for that. So this manifesto, which we'll read certain things from, offers itself to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I know the people use it as the basis for voting overwhelmingly on November the 27th. To re-elect the ULP with the current leader at the helm.
Fitz, I want to let's talk about some specifics.
Yes.
And we're talking about building the country socially, and we're talking about education. Numbers don't lie. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have about 110,000 persons, thereabout, between 100,000 and 110,000. That's what the professionals who measure the population during a census, that's what they tell us. In this year, 2025, the government provided 2,500 scholarships, tuition scholarships, they call them. And what are the tuition scholarships? The government gave you up to $25,000 to pay your school fees at a university. That is over 2% of the population you're talking about that are being educated in 1 year. In a particular year, you have 2,500 persons from that program only that are accessing university education. That's no mean feat, Fitz. And listeners, we can look at all of the countries around the world whether it is Singapore, it is Taiwan, it is Barbados, it's Trinidad and Tobago, at some point in their history, significant attention was paid to educating the population. And we are doing that currently. As I said, we're talking about 1 year where the government is providing the resources for 2% of the population to be accessing education. Many of them traveling overseas. Some are using the technology to stay at home while they study with universities across the region, University of West Indies, or wider field, top universities in England. That's what the government is providing. The problem is, Fitz, is that if the government was to be changed on the 27th of November 2025, there is no guarantee that these 2,500 persons, 2,500 persons, who have completed whether the first year or second year, no matter how successful they are at the end of that year, there's no guarantee that they will continue their education journey in 2025, in 2026, 27, because of the lack of financing. And it is something that these persons must take seriously, that if you're serious about your education, you have to sit and you have to consider, would I be able to continue my education journey? Notwithstanding that you have performed well, you may have been at the top of your class, but the only thing that you will need to continue this journey might be the financing. And you have to consider whether or not after Thursday, the surety with which you have started with your education, the surety that you have applied to a university knowing that you will get financing, ask yourself, would that continue after Thursday? You have to look out for your personal interests, and it is good that in that situation, your personal interest of educating yourself is the interest of your household, the interest of your community, and it's in the interest of your country. So take that seriously and use it as one of the consideration that you're going to use to determine who you're voting for on Thursday, if you have not yet determined that.
You talk about voting in your interest, and a lot of people take chances with their lives. This is not a time to take a chance with your life. Over the last few years, we have seen that the ULP continues to increase the numbers of students with tuition scholarships. Clearly, the plan to have one university graduate per household by 2030. I know everybody talk about, oh, why you all always talking about educating children up to university level? That's their dream. A lot of us in my time and your time weeks, if we had the opportunities that are available now, God knows where we would have been in life, you know? But these young people, their aspiration is to go as far as possible, as deep as possible into educating themselves, come out in masters and PhDs and etc., to prepare themselves for the future, for the world ahead. And this government has been offering those opportunities. And as Week said, if you do not vote in your interest, you might not be from an NDP family, a ULP family. You may not be from a ULP family, but you could break from that family tradition and vote in your interest. I'm talking directly to the students, because if you do not vote in your interest, you may find that after 1 year, you are back on the street looking for a job somewhere, not doing where you're going to get the next year tuition paid. And this is where you have to come back. If you're overseas, you have to invest in yourself, come back and vote If you are here and doing a degree at University of the West Indies Global Campus, you have to take a chance on yourself. Take a chance on your future. And that's the only thing that you owe yourself. Make sure you vote in your interest that next year and the year after, and you can go right up to completing your degree, that this government will not leave you stranded. So please, I'm talking directly to the young people. I'm talking to everybody, every young person, like if I'm talking to my son and my daughter. Take a chance on yourself and vote in your interest.
Fitz, it's
yes. Sorry, we're going to break for the first ad break.
The flavor nice, it's locally made. Affordable price, Lord, up to $3 retail. When you see we line it, when the red and white case, show me what you like. It's cigarette from Empire. Holdings Limited, it's cigarette from Empire. Holdings Limited, with over 60 years experience. Hold the best tobacco, best ingredients. Yeah. This is your boy Lou to say, support local, buy your cigarettes from Empire Holdings Limited. 10 cigarettes in a pack for up to $3 retail. Remember, smoking is not for minors.
Ready, set, serve. Singer, your favorite family store is now online. Log on today at www.singersvg.com and enjoy our store and products right at your fingertips. Now online are your trusted brands that you have come to love. Refrigerators to chest freezers, gas cookers to toasters, air fryers, mattresses, living room sets, and so much more. Browse our products, check the specs, compare brands and prices, and request parts all online. We have also made bill payments easier, more convenient, and simpler just for you. Log on to www.singersvg.com to learn more. Singer, your family company is keeping up with you and the times. Visit our website today and experience a whole new world of Singer, your trusted online family company.
For over 20 years, Cubano Limited professionally delivers top quality products and exceptional service. Located in Sand Hill and Kingstown, we are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We supply animal feed, dog and cat food, animal supplements, a wide range of floral supplies, nursery pots, ground cover and shade cloth, and much more. We also stock a wide range of motor vehicle supplies, including automotive oils, filters for all vehicles, engine coolants, and much more. Email us today at cubano_1@hotmail.com or call us today 451-2911 or 493-7175. Cubano Limited, professional, top quality, and exceptional service.
Whether you're ripping it up on the highway or taking a casual Sunday drive, OT Tire Limited is second to none when delivering excellence at reasonable prices. We offer new and used tires, tire repair and installation. We are the only place that offers nitrogen, which helps with gas consumption and ride comfort. Supplying you with brand name tires like Maxxis, Kumo, Good Ride, Westlake, and Triangle.
Boom! Enjoy the VIP style customer waiting lounge with refreshments and free Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying, yo? This is Skinny Fabulous, and when it comes to tires, nobody makes it easier than OT. Got me on the road. When me OT car tire.
Follow OT Tire on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter today.
Hey, boom! Run the road with OT Tires.
Just in at OT Tire, 265 5015, new and improved Grip Max tires, perfect for passenger vans. Get your set of 4 today for only $1,900. Don't miss out. Visit us now.
The NDP will recolonize St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it means you pay more. The UNC Trinidadian financiers, the communist Chinese, and the passport sellers. They want to own our passports, our port, and our hospital. And this means you will pay more. Higher port fees mean more expensive food and goods at the store. A privatized modern hospital means higher prices for healthcare. And our passports sold to the highest bidder puts visa-free travel at risk. The NDP recolonization plan means that we lose our country and you pay more. Stop them on the 27th of November.
It's time for Shakeup on WEFM 99.9.
As we are back, I just want to start by reading from the ULP manifesto, 2025 manifesto. It says, our vision, transforming today, securing tomorrow. By 2040, St. Vincent and the Grenadines will become a first world nation, modern, inclusive, resilient, and fair. Our vision rests on people-centered development, social democracy, and the spirit and the proud spirit of our Caribbean civilization. It says our promise. Progress must belong to every Vincentian, no matter their background, constituency, or opportunity. We will keep building a nation of growth, health, and opportunities where, one, I'll just do the first 5 and we come back and we continue. Every student can reach university. We just talk about that as a policy of the ULP. Every family has safe housing. So we talk about university education, and we talk about housing and quality healthcare. So you have university, which is education. We talk about family, every family. So we talk about family values, building families around safe housing and quality healthcare. Every worker earns fair pay and decent work. We're talking about building, educating our people so that they can attract very good work and very good pay. And every community is safer, greener, and more connected. We're talking about national security issues where people are safer, the environment is green and healthy, and we are more connected through technology and through family units and building around family. So those are the first 5. Sorry, that's 4. So let me do one more. And it says our plan for the next term, so that's the promise. So we have the 4 promises, and we come back and talk about some of the plans. Mr. Weeks, you heard the promises.
Yes, Fitz. And what is important, and I can't help stressing it, is that the plan of the ULP is to develop the individual through education, through a good health system. That includes health infrastructure, building hospitals, building clinics, but it also includes providing local persons who are trained and educated to provide those services. Training of nurses, training of doctors, and all of the other professionals that you need to support the nurses and the doctors. So education, health, and then you talk about the general issues in the society. The environment, that is one that I am big on, having a green, healthy environment. And St. Vincent has a green, healthy space, but you need to keep it that way. And if possible, to improve on it. And after you have looked at the individual, or while you're looking after the individual and developing the individual, you're developing jobs. You have a program in place to provide jobs for these persons. And when the ULP talk about jobs, they're not simply talking about jobs in a vacuum. They're not simply saying they will provide jobs. You see a clear plan that I speak about all the time in terms of providing jobs for the citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You're using one sector of the economy that you find investors for, and you will use that one sector to drive all of the other sectors. So you're seeing an overall plan for St. Vincent and the Grenadines with specific programs, specific actions, not in a vacuum. You talk about jobs. It is, yes, you speak about it philosophically and so forth. But on that, you have specific actions that the government has started to take and will continue to take to provide, as I said, and I repeat, education, health, environment, and the related services, and most importantly, jobs for those persons. So you're looking at an overall development of the society, of the individual. And that's why we can believe that in 15 years, once these plans and programs are pursued, and we have no doubt, no reason to doubt that there will not be, because I said they have been undertaken for the last 25 years, and we have seen actions taken already. You have seen investors coming in, signing agreements. Yes, we're going to invest this amount of money into the economy. So, jobs will be provided. Fitz.
And investors only come into a country if they have confidence in what is going on. They see a clear plan and they see a clear path. Particularly, we see a clear plan to develop the tourism product. Hence, Sandals is committing itself to building a beaches resort and expanding the Sandals resort. We see a clear plan where there are many other hotel plans going up around the country. Clearly, they've looked at what the government is doing, what the government plans to do in the next term, and they have committed themselves that we are going to invest in this country. But you know what? We have them on hold because they're waiting on the result of the next election on the 27th before they commit further and start spending their money. So we don't want to hold these investors up, because holding them up will be holding up your opportunities to get jobs. So we have to vote resoundingly. All Labour supporters who are sitting back and saying we didn't get a piece of road fixed or we didn't get a job for my daughter, your chances are much better in re-electing the ULP, that they will fulfill those dreams that you have for yourself and your family. Your chances are better when you hear the Prime Minister's talking about taking chances. You don't want to go take chances with the unknown. You don't know what these plans are. They come with empty promises and no plans to tell you how they're going to get and fulfill those promises. So we want you to think about your future and how you're going to vote to make sure that these plans that we are talking about, and I'm going to read some of the plans weeks. One, the ULP is going to complete the Argyle Acute Care Hospital and 6 modern clinics to improve healthcare. So clearly, healthcare is top of the agenda for the ULP by improving the hospital plans and improving the healthcare centers. 2, they're going to build modern schools. Now we're going back to education. You have a call? Yes, let's take the call as soon as they come. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Shakeup.
Good morning, comrades.
Good morning. Sounds like Mr. Frankie Brown.
Yes, man. Sit down, Mr. Weeks.
Frankie, morning.
So, man,
I'm a soldier, man. What happened?
I know you're a soldier, man. Mr. Weeks a stout, man.
Yeah. You see, you like them typical stuffs, man, looking after your own people, right? Welcome, man. Welcome.
Good. People would want to invest because the country is stable.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And you rightly said it, that the government has developed infrastructure, which is very important, isn't it?
Yes.
The airport and the port. We had to expand that because with these big hotels and they're bringing in container weekly, you need space. And I will tell you something. as a businessman, sometimes when we order stuff, there isn't enough room at the fort to accommodate all the containers. And sometimes the boat come and cars have to go away. And sometimes that cars has to run out of supply. But we are so happy with the development of this new fort. And if you've not seen Vincent to know that with the new investment that is coming on board, we're not only talking about it, we're seeing it. When the government says something is going to happen, it is going to happen, and the catering for 6,000 jobs. And 6,000 people are getting jobs. We could see the unemployment figure drop drastically. And these are jobs that we know are going to come. There's no doubt about it.
Frankie, if you stick a pin right there, we talk about the unemployment has been decreasing. You know, I remember several years ago, we used to talk about men on the block. Men on the block. These days, you walk the blocks, most of the blocks, there are hardly any men on the blocks between 8 in the morning and 6 in the evening. The guys are coming back on the blocks maybe from 6 to talk to their friends about what went on at work today. So the whole concept of the block has changed in the time and what they do on the block. They're coming on the block to hang out with their comrades who've been on the job all day, and they're going to share experiences of what happened. That is what the block has become, you know. Hardly any persons you see during the day on blocks
anymore.
But
the thing to Fitz, those you see hanging on the block there, it's some of the guys they really want to go out and walk.
And to be fair, some of them probably doing other things like there are a lot of money to be made online.
They rather to go and work for cheap hours.
No, but Frankie, don't underestimate what they do. A lot of these young people are making money online, so you can't see them on the block and assume that they're not making money.
Yeah,
you know, there's some who may be on the block and just looking for a quick piece of cash and thing. But a lot of these kids, the whole concept of the block has changed with technology. So you can't assume because they see man on the block, they're not employed because they may be making money from doing their content and so on, offering content online. And you know that once you offer content online, you'll get remunerated from some of these content providers.
Exactly, and the education revolution really chipping in, and we're seeing the fruit of that. You understand? A lot of people going away to study, coming back now. They investing in buildings. They have a home. They buying cars. They have money that they could go to a restaurant, buy a decent lunch. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you can clearly see that the amount of restaurants and entertainment spots that are opening up. The whole concept of living and livelihood and life has sort of shifted towards what we see in the metropolitan countries, where a lot more people going out to have meals at night, you know, because they could afford. They could afford a different type of lifestyle than to go home to wait for the mommy and daddy to cook a pot. You know, these young people, they jump in the car. Almost everybody has a car. You can see how many cars in St. Vincent. The place is overpopulated with vehicles, and people drive them. And these are people with flesh and blood. And what do? They go to restaurants, they go to nightclubs, they go to hang out at River 14, and they're having a good time. You know, the quality of life has improved and has changed so drastically, tremendously. And I don't want us to tell the young people that what they're doing is wrong. They just have a different way of doing what they're doing, but they're enjoying their life. You know, you might see them on the block, and we don't want to assume when you're on the block, you're wasting time. These guys probably making money, more money than you who are on to work.
No, I agree with you, Fitz. I tell people I grew up on the block. When I went to study overseas, I live on a block, literally, because each house, each building on the campus, the residential buildings are referred to as blocks. So I lived on a block, and outside of that block, that housing unit, you had the literal block where we spent a lot of time talking and exchanging about countries, or individual countries. So we can't
hold on. Well, let me finish. Let me finish a bit because.
Okay.
No, I just wrap up. You can't take for granted that the people who sit together, communing, having a drink, having something to eat on a back wall somewhere, you can't always just put them down. Some of these are persons who are involved in, as you said, Fitz, very productive activities. We may not know about them because the whole concept of work has changed. And here is where St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Frankie, this is where the education is coming in, and you're seeing it in changes that are taking place in the economy.
Yeah. The point I want to raise is that presently we have over 3,000 people that the government assisting with scholarship. And you could imagine in the next
Hold on. You're talking about it just this year, but what about from last year?
Yeah, well, I'm talking about
this year.
Yeah. So I'm trying to say a country of 110,000 people maximum, and you have currently 3,000 people doing tertiary education. That is phenomenal, man.
Yes.
When they finish study, then we're going to see the economic benefit. You understand?
Yes.
Because those people would be in a position to get a proper job, make a decent salary. NIS, they would be paying NIS, they would be paying income tax, and they have money, disposable income to spend. You understand? So the economy would be booming very soon from these people that we invested in now. And this is what I love with this government.
Yeah.
They invest in education, they invest in health. And it seems as though NDP, what they are interested in is surplus. Anything that they seem to make a profit right away don't make no sense to them. They want to boast and say that they have surplus on the book. But why having surplus and people suffering? And they could invest that same money.
Frankie, the only developmental project I heard the NDP talking about is to fix Otley Hall. Have you heard anything else? Have they said they're gonna build a school? Have they said they're gonna build? Have they said they're gonna build the utilize the space left at the old port to develop that area? The only thing they have committed themselves to, that I know of, Weeks, I don't know if you have heard any other thing, is to I don't know how they termed it, but they said they're gonna fix Otley Hall. Now, I have never seen the plan to tell me how many people Otley Hall will employ if they refurbish it. I don't know how much money they will have to spend to refurbish it and to do the analysis to see if money spent is really worth the amount of people it will employ. So until they could put those things out there, voters, you have to ask the tough questions. Show us the numbers, show us the figures, show us the plan. Don't just tell us the promise, because we want to know is it worth it? Would it be worth it? Would you be doing a refurbishing of Otley Hall to employ 30 people, 300 people, 1,000 people? Tell us the whole plan. Weeks.
And this should be ashamed to talk about Otley Hall. Now you have a project the estimate to build a project was $200 and something million. And when Atlia completed, it was I think 16 million. That means the project wasn't fully completed and it would not be operated at full capacity. You understand? So the thing would be there and finished. Because I don't know where the money went, but the thing just couldn't function, no matter where you do, because certain input and equipment were not there. You understand? It's like you're building a house. And you can't, you only put up the walls, you put in no doors, no cupboards, no toilet, nothing. It can't function. And you can't make the money.
But Frankie, you had 5 years. So let's give them the last 5. Sorry, weeks you were coming in.
No,
I'm sorry.
I the same thing that Frankie said with respect to Otley Hall, I wanted to say. But I want to add a few more things. I want to say up front that Otley Hall cannot be refurbished because it's not just the unfinished cupboards that Frank is talking about. Imagine you get $200,000 to build a house.
$200,000
to build a house, and at the end of the day, the house is only valued $15,000. It therefore means that you don't have steel in the building, you don't have the proper material in the foundation, and therefore you cannot build on it, you cannot refurbish it. You have to start all over again. And I am of the view, I listen to them, and I know it is Dr. Friday is the only one who's talking about bringing back Otley Hall. And I believe it is so because the Canadian Dr. Friday is. He was not here when Otley Hall was built and operated. Canadian Dr. Friday does not know that Otley Hall is the biggest scandal in the history of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He does not know that. And in an effort to seem to be grateful to Sir James Mitchell, he's now talking about bringing back Otley Hall. But Otley Hall cannot be refurbished. That's where we are.
Can't.
You have to build it over.
It takes serious investment to get it back there because a lot of the buildings run down.
No, but what we to say, not that the buildings are run down. The $200 million was spent, and the value, the assets that's still on the ground is only worth 16 million out of 200. So clearly, some shortcuts were made and paid for.
Yeah.
But the value you get from it, unlike the airport was built for $700 million thereabout. 750 million.
Yeah.
But you look at the airport now, the value that the airport has brought to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. One investment from Sandals alone is probably worth the value of the airport. The other investment Sandals talking about, the Beaches Resort, will double. Already the airport is being paid back for. Compare that to Otley Hall. How long would it take us to pay back for Otley Hall if we were to reinvest in it?
They had done an estimate for airport. They had said it would cost 1.4 billion, right?
Billion with a B, right?
This also congratulate this government on excellent job. You estimated for 1.4. And it was built for almost half the amount.
But that's part of the propaganda, though. That's part of the propaganda because we know for sure the NDP doesn't have any record or any credibility when it comes to estimating or planning anything properly. So they go at the propaganda. That was done to scare people. And they used to say 1.4 billion with a B. That was scaremongering because people, the ordinary man, can't imagine what $1 billion is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
So that was done to.
We go talk and listen to you guys.
Frankie,
okay.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
Have a good day. That's cool.
Thanks for calling.
But Fitz, I want to reinforce the point. And I wanted to engage Frankie because Frankie is a quantity surveyor. Frankie has the training and the skills.
We have a call, so we could pick it up
Yes.
after the call. Good morning. Welcome to Shakeup.
Good morning. I like this combination, yourself and Mr. Weeks. I don't know, sometime when I listen, you don't have no program within this slot. So I'm rooting for you to continue in this position after the election. And Star FM, sometimes they don't have program in the night. You guys could also fit in there and
You're like this man,
host.
you know, you love to give sucker punches. You're like, what? Give me the high fall now, now come.
No, Fitz.
No, I'm not going to give no high fall, because
All right, okay,
I know you guys had the finger on the button.
No, man, no, man.
Fitz. So I'm not going to give no high fall.
Queens,
listen to us, man.
Give
Go.
us.
Go ahead.
Make one promise, and I will take your promise. Tell us your real name. According to the guys on the block, tell us your government name.
Uh-huh.
If you tell me that, I'll promise you that Fitz and I will come back on the program.
Yes.
Well, that probably will be revealed in time. Not today, not tomorrow, but in time.
Queens, you're running from a government name?
Be patient. Huh?
You're running from a government name? You know my name. You can go on the voters list.
Queens.
You can go on the
I didn't name
voters
myself
list.
Queens enough.
Eh?
I didn't name myself Queens. When I used to listen to Shakeup earlier.
Mr. Fox then.
I think Hans King asked me where I'm calling from.
Wait, since in Hans King days you call him without nobody know your name? Come on, man.
And he
Weeks.
People who
and
know his name,
subsequent callers say Queens. And then Mr. Fox. I didn't name myself Mr. Fox. When I used to call Hot 97 call me Mr. Fox.
Oh.
So I didn't give myself those two names.
Mr. Fox, did you ever contested election in
I would
St.
have just
Vincent?
rather give my name to Paula.
Fitz.
Paula, that would be the perfect name for me.
Mr. Fox,
Paula.
have you contested an election in St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
No, I've never. I would have been too young at that time.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's good to hear you, man.
Somebody says on another station.
Anyway,
says on another station.
Anyway,
I would
it's
have
good.
been too young.
It's good to hear you, man. Yeah, you'll come with the uppercut one of these days. I know you're setting us up for the uppercut.
Thanks for not cutting me off.
No,
So
man. You know
I'll
we
continue
will be
listening.
kind. We will be kind to you. Don't worry. Call again.
But then I'll call more if you're not cutting me off.
But you didn't make any contribution in there. You're gonna encourage your family to vote ULP in this election.
No.
Why?
NDP, I will promise them. I'll convince them to vote.
All right.
You've been there too long. 25 days is too long.
You have a woman?
Why you want to know that?
Answer the question, no, man.
To every rule.
Answer the question, no, man. Do you have a woman? How long you been in the relationship with the woman for? Is that relationship going on for too long?
Your woman for 25 years. You
Yeah,
don't
but-
give up.
You know, I've been married for
Politics is a different story.
I've been married for more than that, and I love my wife still. I don't want to replace her.
Politics is something different.
No,
There's exceptions.
it's a relationship. It's a relationship of trust. You don't change something that's good.
Yeah, for the people who want that, but other people, there are other people who have been starving for 25 years.
Labor at your door, knocking, boom, boom, boom.
For 25 years, so they can continue. They have every reason for continue voting the USP.
My brother, you
But
do
the people
not
who've been starving for 25
change.
years,
You do not
let somebody
change.
else eat the food.
You do not change. You've been eating pillow for all your life. You stop eating pillow because how old are you now? 40, 50?
You've been eating for 25 years.
Who, me?
There are other people who haven't been eating for 25
Boy,
years.
I've been eating. Sorry, not boy. Sorry, facts. I've been eating from since I ate a lot from cable and wireless. I tell you what, everybody who works for somebody, eating and singing for the supper. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Right? Where do you work? 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 Where do you
I work in
work?
transportation industry, though.
You work in the transportation
The
industry.
UPS, something like that. In that business I'm in.
Where do you work?
I can't give you that, so I'm not going to give you that. You didn't fulfill your promise. You promised to get the Prime Minister to have a town hall meeting.
Hey.
17 and a half years passed and he hasn't had that town hall meeting in Toronto.
Okay.
Mr.
You
Fox,
haven't lived up to your promise. You promised.
I have
You don't get them up
never.
there. It's 17 and a half years. You haven't had that town hall meeting in Toronto.
Okay. I know I sucked you.
For him to have it, you know,
Facts, I
even
sucked
if
you.
the
I
opposition,
sucked you
he
right
should
into
have
that.
it.
I know you wanted to give the uppercut, but I sucked you right into that. But so you have no name, you have no brand, you have no reference, you're nobody, and you're calling our program and we entertain you for the last 15 minutes. Thank you.
Right, and thank you for entertaining me.
All right,
And I hope
buddy.
you will entertain me another time.
I hope so too.
Have a good day, bye.
Have another caller. We just wasted 5 minutes. All right.
Fitz, I've never met anyone who is so ashamed, afraid.
Is that good morning, morning? This week's give me a sec. Good morning and welcome to
Hello?
Shakeup. Yes.
Hello?
Hi, good morning and welcome to Shakeup.
Hey, morning, my brother. Well, Queen, I could tell you, boy, you really have no political sense, you know, man.
Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams.
You really say that because you
Mr.
say that,
Williams, Mr. Weeks trying to engage you. Mr. Williams, Mr. Weeks trying to engage you, man. We don't waste 5 minutes with Queens, no
Fitz, I
matter.
just want to
Yeah,
demonstrate.
but why say that? It's for next man to eat a food. Why say that?
Nah, we just wasted 5 minutes with Queens, man. Let's move on from Queens. What you thought about the rally last night?
One of my biggest problem in the world. Anyway, like Conklin make a was on the radio this morning, make a comment this morning.
Yes.
Which we see about the NDP and a candidate that tell him if they win. Once he win, he go in and he have to renew. He have to apply again for his job.
Reapply for his job that he already has.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that ignorance. But I want to tell like Planton that not he alone say that, and not he alone have mental that we are thinking, you know. Because I could give some reference like once he could see before, once he do this, do that, and when he win, he could be trouble in tongue, all who do he this and who do he that. So that's the chat. When a man, therefore are showing the true colors and the true ignorance and the true how they thinking. They reside they can mean happy. God not love everyness and they said the not of Jesus Christ. But what I really call to say, I'm going off now.
Yeah, because I see another caller coming in. Go ahead.
Yeah, we see another apostle. You see apostle say that he is a vote because they're not in against certain things. That is a wicked, avaricious, and an evil person that cannot see God's face at all. Because you have a work, you have children going to school, you have a house, you live in somewhere, you live in comfortable, and you're telling the world
Step in.
that you ain't voting because you ask for something and you ain't get it.
Step in.
You're so wicked. So if you ask for something and God didn't give you, that means you're going to start go to church. That is one of the most ignorant, backward talk ever in your whole life. That a Labour Party person could tell you that they may vote in because they not get something.
Step in phone, only have a transmitter, no receiver, boy. Step in, listen to Mr. Weeks.
Let them vent.
Step in, your phone only have a transmitter, man. It have a receiver on the phone to listen to Mr. Weeks trying to engage you.
No, I just want to ask him to be a little more kinder because it's not everybody would see everything at the same time.
Yeah.
So maybe you can try to encourage that person rather than.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You see, like how we try and encourage the youngsters on the block to be productive. You see, like how we try and encourage the youngsters. Oh boy, you don't hear. Step in, but we have another caller if you don't mind. You finished, right?
Yes.
All right, my brother. Have a good day. Good morning and welcome to Shakeup.
Good morning, Council. It's Anita. Good morning,
Anita.
Mr. Weeks.
Anita trying to give me work. He's trying to give me work I don't deserve, man.
What? What kind of work?
It's a council.
Yeah, but listen, that was given to you, isn't it? You didn't steal it, you understand?
Yeah.
And jealousy is a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
You understand? Last night, I tell you, I listened to that young lady and I could have been still listening to her all now. I said to Rooks this morning.
What you mean, Vakisha John?
Yes. I said to Rooks this morning when he called me, I said, boy, if election was today, everybody would have just remember what she said and would have gone clear. Though I know that we go in clear. You understand what I'm saying?
She was
And
actually very dynamic and powerful. And
you know, I
right now
feel like
she's the talk of the tongue right now because she was truthful.
Yeah. Alexa, volume down. Excuse me. I tell you, I said to him this morning, I said, that young lady, she spoke just as if she was reading from a script, just fluent and, right on target. I mean, she really swelled my nose. I'm telling you.
She's top of the line, man. Top of the line.
Yeah, man. I am telling you. And what Life said this morning, it's not anything new. Mr. Weeks, that guy that got in the accident in Cleverly, he was a Labour Party favorite. Well, what was his name? When they say that it's Julian who he got dead. When he went to the NDP meeting and the car ran into him.
Cruikshank, yeah.
Cruikshank, right, Cruikshank. NDP been doing what they do, what the lady said and what they threatened life, the guy threatened life with. They did that to Cruikshank, and Cruikshank didn't get anything. It was only rectified when ULP got into power.
Anita,
they did that to me. Yes, sir.
In 2015, I was the Consul General in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
A man whose name I would never call met me at the Vinci picnic. In 2015, we had an election, and he said to me, Vinci picnic was in July. The elections were going to be called in December. He said to me, he said, look at you. Look at you. When you lose in the election, I will personally come to the consulate and kick you out. That's what he said to me.
Wow.
That's why he said to me, he said that to me in front of a gentleman, Wiley. And so we had a few words of exchanges, and from since then, that man has been on my case, never gave me an opportunity to excel, and continues to tell stories and lies about me. And I never look back and bothered them. So when Life said that this morning, Life and I spoke last night. And Friday, the staff that I left at the consulate called me, worried because somebody came into the office on Friday and threatened them and said, listen, when next week, Friday, all the better don't come back in this office because we come in here to fling out the pictures of the Prime Minister. So they were scared. They called me scared. You know? So they're going around threatening people to take away their work and anyway.
They did that to Mr. Haynes.
Yeah.
We used to work at Tongue Board. I mean, and it's 25 years going that, we are in office. And this happened before, so it's not anything new to them. They went on Mr. Haynes work and take away the tools. And the man at one time said that he had to sell his TV at one time to buy red.
But that says that I would like to say to people who support the ULP, who may not have gotten everything they wanted in the last term, that when you listen to these threats, it should inspire them to go out and vote for the ULP, because these people have long memories, they would never forget. And when you think it's me alone, they after every one of us. Every single one of us. That's the nature. And when you come in to threaten people before you get elected, it says that you don't deserve to be elected. You're supposed to stay in opposition.
But I'll tell you something, Fitz. If every Vincentian let self be slain and vote country, the opposition wouldn't have one seat. I'm telling you. But me, I start bawling more, whichever way. And I tell the ladies yesterday morning that when I did, you're going to start to cry for Molly. So I started to cry now because I'm going to be crying for happiness for somebody and sorrow for somebody. You understand? And here, when we get back there, it means that we did something good to be in power for 25 years and ongoing. And the opposition had to be good to keep themselves in opposition for 25 years. And with that, I am gone. But why you chuckling? So where you pulling Queen's legs for? Queen's guy even talk about a foul chicken. You love confusion. Mr. Weeks.
I like my little thing.
Mr. Weeks, as soon as you get off the phone, can you please call me, Sergeant?
Okay, Anita.
Okay, that's why you call me to talk to Weeks. Boy, you see, Anita, there's always some ulterior motives for you. Good to hear you, man. Good to hear you.
Yeah, man. You
Right.
take care.
How's the weather?
But I call you a few times, you never answer. Yeah.
Boy, weather a deep in the
I
thing,
know,
man.
busy, but
A deep
I
in the thing. A
excuse
deep
you
in
now.
the
I
thing.
excuse you.
I'm deep in
I
it. I'm deep
excuse
in
you.
it. I'm deep in it.
Yeah, yeah, man. I excuse you.
The campaign.
All
I'm
right,
deep in the
take care.
campaign. How's the weather? You have another call?
Kind of chilly, not too bad
All
today, but we had some cold days. You know,
All
well,
right. All
I
right.
inside, I only go outside when I have to. You understand?
Stay
Yes.
warm, my sister. I have another call.
Yes.
Line up.
Yeah, yeah, man. You take care. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Shakeup. Hello? Hello, good morning. Welcome to Shakeup.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen on the
Hey.
panel.
Good morning, Mr. Stay.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning to Mr.
Hi,
Weeks.
hi, Mr. Stay. Morning, man. Morning.
Yeah, but I've been complaining about this feedback I've been getting on my phone for months now.
Especially when you
whether
call
I use
direct.
the long line or my cell
Yeah.
phone.
When you call direct, yes.
Yes, but let's see how we make it.
Yes.
Now, I'm a keen observer of politics, and especially as it pertains to St. Vincent. And as I look at the NDP's plan, I see that they have a 60-day plan, which, in my opinion, is very unrealistic. I wonder if anybody in their party or who is advising them concerned about the math. It does not add up. Now we are going to cut VAT by 3%, approximately $15 million or so per year. 3%, about you're giving up about 45 or so million. Now and then at the same time, you have programs that are going to mean lots of money is to be spent. Now, how ridiculous this gets. One morning I was listening to a morning program, and I heard Laverne, the NDP persons, I think the PR was asked, how are they going to finance that? And lo and behold, that lady was so simplistic that she said that the CDB, World Bank, the first thing is that these agencies are development in nature. They do not give money to finance those sort of things. And the other thing that she does not realize, if you understand the process from conception, from application to actually when you have funds, even though it is approved, it takes practically years. These are not short-term, they are very long-term because of all of the checks and balances and this and that they have in. But apart from the 60 days, I heard them speak about other programs, but they have no meat on them. You just say something glibly. For example, they talk about the development bank. Nowhere have I seen where they plan to capitalize the bank. Is it 100 million, 200 million? Where is the capital coming from? It must come from somewhere. Are they going to float bonds? Are they going to borrow? Is it out of government savings? I don't know if they ever consider that. Another thing I look at, they always talking about this constituency fund. Never have I heard where is the money coming from. Is it from local taxes in each constituency? Or is it from overall taxes from the country? Are they going to allocate according to the constituency size or the needs? Nothing has been trashed out. It's just that you just train something out there and think that we are so gullible that we are going to buy it. One of their cornerstones is the selling of passport, which they like to call citizens by investment. But we know practically is selling of passport. Now, the halcyon days of that program are over. Persons who are in it speak with Alan Chastity of St. Lucia, Gaston Brown of Antigua, and the last thing that came out last week, I think, where the European practically, they actually made it clear that if countries to do that, they are going to lose their visa-free status. Now, I am not going to the argument whether or not many Vincentians want to go to Europe. I am going to look at it as it pertains to the NDP's program. What I am saying and what we know, the persons who buy the passport of the various overseas countries, they have no desire. It is not their intention to settle, and it is made easy for them. They do not even have to come to the country. It is to enter the United States. It is to enter Europe. And when these are blocked, it means that the market for these passports has dried up. So I can see how Mr. Shallow, in one of his utterances, I heard him saying that they would make actually so much money from it that they would actually give away all, cut out all income tax. I mean, for somebody like me who think, and I think have a little appreciation of all these things, government could only spend money that is as, whether it is saved, it's borrowed, it is given as gift. My question is, where do they expect to get funds to run their program? Has anyone of you ever thought about that?
Mr. Stay, what I think about is where the NDP get $2,400,000 to buy vehicles to campaign. Where they got those funds from? We ain't waiting until they go into government. Where did the NDP get $2,400,000 to invest in luxury vehicles? Who gave them that money? What those persons or person who gave them that money? What are they expecting in return?
Mr. Weeks, I spoke to this already on this very program, Shakeup. Starting from 2009, I think, after the referendum, you saw it in 2010, 15, and 20. There are some persons who are investing heavily in our politics, or I should say in the NDP. And at one point, they must be looking for their pound of flesh. A lot of persons who thought that they would have made it in 2010, 15 are already disappointed. And it is like catching at the shallow. I can see, any observer can see that the NDP has money galore. What is the price for, what is the down payment they made, and how are they going to reap their rewards? It must be at the expense of the Vincentian our tax. There would be little, if anything, left for us when all of these persons who are putting in little and expecting their pound of flesh. St. Vincent is going to be a quandary if that thing happens. Because for sure, the persons who are allowing it on our end and those on the other end certainly have no interest in St. Vincent Vincentian. It is like investing and you're looking for an investment. That's just the way I see it.
It is.
So, thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks. Thank you, Stay.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stay.
Fitz, it's scary, you know. It's scary. Let me talk to the ordinary person who's sitting down out there listening to us today, Fitz. Imagine.
Could you hold your point for a sec?
Yes.
Let's take this
go ahead.
call.
Go ahead. Take the call.
Just hold your point, Weeks. Good morning. Welcome to Shakeup.
Yeah, hold on. Listen to this. I will be as quick as I can. I must be the one person who did not like that advertisement by that young lady. And every time it comes over now, you know, the ones that choose one's NDP person, and every time it comes on now, I turn my radio off because I just don't like to hear it. There is something very self-opportunism about it, self-praise, what's another one? Self-seeking, and there's something not quite pleasant about the way she refers to people who she used to obviously keep a lot of company with. Anyhow, I don't make a comment because of it, but I just don't like to hear it.
That's it?
I have something. I've been there at 12 o'clock, so I just leave it
Okay.
at that.
So
It'll soon be your closing time.
Okay. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Yes. So any other callers? Yes, something coming in? No, there's no. Yeah, there's a caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Shakeup.
Morning, Fitz.
Morning.
Well, I know tune in not too long.
Okay, welcome, man.
Right.
So
I think you should extend the program a little bit more. Yeah.
Were you enjoying us so much?
Oh, yeah, man. I hear listening good.
All right.
Especially Frankie Brown.
All right.
He make a positive contribution.
All right. So let's hear yours now.
Now, when it comes to young people, right? Last night I listened to Miss John, Nakisha John. And she was 100% correct. You see, anybody who opposed the NDP, they try to victimize them and try to stifle them, especially a young, intelligent lady, Nakisha John. When I heard she spoke, I said, what? This woman should be a member of parliament. And when you find people such as Grace Walters, who have 2 masters of doctorate, when man like Daniel Cummins try to chastise this young lady who have a doctorate, Cummins who have a doctorate, and he trying to say, well, Grace Walters saying deserve this and deserve that. But you see where Cummins, Sandy Bay, Red, that is really born in them, you know, I'm telling you.
Well, you guys better stay vigilant, alert, and look out for all these late promises and these late handouts.
It's a disaster. You know, like you see disaster, you know, for sure hurricane going to hit us because you don't start to see the sign. Watch, Grace Walters, I'm telling you, will get more vote. Watch. Since I'm around and listening to politics, is it first time I see so much of young people running up and down behind Grace. And a lot of diehard NDP supporters then coming over to the ULP. Trust me, Grace have a big swing in Sandy Bay. Well, not just Sandy Bay. Overall, in Fancy too. And Oria. I could talk that because I know.
So you're confident that she will win, but we have another call coming
confident.
in. So
I just talk to everybody I know who done the ground.
I know the time running short. We have 3 minutes for the program and there's a call coming in.
Well,
so
let me try to cut it short. Why you think NDP running Fancy to campaign the other day? And and they went back weekend again. Right? It just showed that they're weak. Right. They're weak. They have to go up there and campaign because they've been telling themselves that is the seat that they're going to take. But listen, right now they don't see the sign on the wall. That is Grace Walter's seat.
So your whole family will be voting Grace?
My whole family?
Nice.
Not one of them. Not one is NDP.
How many in your family?
My father used to be an NDP man long time. He dead and gone.
How many in your family?
Let me tell you?
How many in your family?
Before he turned over, because he used to work on the ranch real estate. Mitchell closed down ranch real estate. They closed down ranch real estate and sent him home with 2 long empty hands. We try to give him his saffron and support. Is when Ralph go there, all the workers, them on orange real estate, get the money. And that's how people start to come over and support. Then he changed and he come over and start supporting the ULP. My whole family is Labour. Labor to the bone. Man, I gone anyway. Have a good day. Thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for calling, Pammy. We're running out of time, but there's so much more weeks. This program just flew.
Yes.
I know we didn't get in anything, all the things we want to plan to talk about. Anything you want to leave with, Mr. Weeks?
Fitz, I just want to wrap up by saying to the listener, and I started saying this $2,400,000 for vehicle. You see, when the NDP left government in 2001, Vincent Chance voted them out for a number of things. The Otley Hall project, their greediness, the greedy bills, and incidentally, the way they go out, the things they went out on, are the same things that they're now using to try to get back into office. And as we hear all the time, when people show you who they are, believe them and take appropriate action.
Those vehicles, I dropped that on the 10th of November, and on social media that there's a party just bought 16 new Nissan vehicles, and it still hasn't registered in people's head that somebody is profiting by $2.4 million. What's the payback? What are we buying now to pay back for in the future from taxpayers' money? If these NDP people get into power, we have to definitely make sure, particularly the young people, and here they like to talk about debt, and the young people have to pay for these debt. I know we're on the last minute, but I want to leave by saying, make sure that $2.4 million is not part of that debt that our taxpayers have to pay for. Make sure that we go out and vote resoundingly for the ULP on November the 27th to guarantee that we will go into the future as a first world country in 2040, put back the Prime Minister Gonsalves in power. The region needs him, the world needs him, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it needs him even more.
It's, the NDP gave away our lands in the past. Diamond Estate. They give away our lands. So when Prime Minister Gonsalves makes the accusation that they're planning to give away the lands at Arnorsville and in Kingston, we have to believe him. As I say, that's how they went out. That's the record they went out on. And they're holding it up in front of us, telling us they're coming back to do the same things that they did when we put them out of office.
Okay, good. Is that it, Raji?
Yeah.
We overstayed our welcome. I want to thank you all for listening and see you again soon.
All right, then that was today's Shakeup program, hosted today by Mr. Fitzgerald Huggins and Mr. Lanceford Weeks. Up next, we have WEFM's Midday News Headlines, and that's going to be coming to you with the kind compliments of St. Vincent Distillers Limited.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Welcome to WEFM's Midday News Headlines, coming to you with the kind compliments of St. Vincent Distillers Limited.
Sparrows, 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 run the pure sophistication.